We've already discussed why you shouldn't ego lift. Now we'll discuss why you should and how it can help you. In case you're not sure what ego lifting is defined as lifting more than you could, would, or should normally lift. Having an inflated sense of their capabilities, many people may do this to show off or because they think they can do more than normal, which is usually possible for them by taking shortcuts and not using adequate technique, which is only going to cause injury. But you can and should use ego lifting to your advantage. In that definition I used earlier, the key word I want to focus on is would, lifting more than you normally would. Lifting more than you normally would isn't a bad thing. You have to push yourself and not stick with what is comfortable to actually improve. It's okay to think you're capable of doing more and to listen to your ego telling you to push slightly harder. Most people I see work out can probably do more than what they do, and most of you are capable of more than you think. For example, I was helping out one guy in the gym and I told him not to use the assisted pull-up machine, but rather do normal pull-ups. He told me he could do about 3 reps. I told him to aim for 5, so I stood back and watched. He did 10 reps with ease. All I did was stand there and say keep going. Far too many people underestimate themselves in the same way. All you need is that little bit of motivation, whether it come internally or externally, you'll push that little bit further. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to push yourself 100% of the time and always go for a personal best. There are times where you need to take it easy or have a rest, but you also have to learn to challenge yourself and at least find out if you're capable of more. A lot of people won't try hard enough because they talk themselves out of it, so they stick to what's comfortable and likely end up wondering why their progress is so slow. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So it's important you have some faith in yourself and actually have the desire to improve. But you shouldn't always ego lift. Only use it as a tool to help you progress from time to time. If you were to constantly ego lift and attempt PRs all the time, it's likely to become negative and stagnate your progress because you'll become too focused on the numbers and begin to cheat yourself and take shortcuts. This is where the lifting more than you could or should part of the definition comes in. If you try to lift more than you should or physically can, you won't make much progress because you'll probably be making sacrifices on things like range of motion and technique, and you'll probably just hurt yourself. Like, I know I can't bench 200 kg, and if I try, I'll get crushed. With ego lifting, you have to push past your limits, but you also have to know your capabilities. The amount you push yourself needs to be reasonable. Also, if you always ego lift, you start comparing yourself to others naturally, because you just care about numbers, and that won't make you feel good since there's always going to be someone stronger or bigger than you, and it will just become a loop. You have to run your own race. To summarize, you should use ego lifting as a tool to push yourself and make more progress, but only sometimes, because you need to let your body recover and adapt and not constantly break it down. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, leave a like and I'll see you next time.